The FJ45V is one rare four-wheel drive. Alan Gray and his nephew Andrew Gray have accepted the challenge to bring this old girl back to life. How will Alan work alongside a mechanic 50 years his junior? Will they succeed in restoring this Land Cruiser? And all within budget.
Yeah, today we're back at the Terrain Tamer workshop, continuing with the FJ45V project. As you can see, the body needs a bit of attention. There's rust and the paint's not so good. Plan of attack is to whip the bonnet off, get it down to sandblasters and see what we're left with. And if we're happy, we take the whole vehicle down.
All talk and no action again. That happens, doesn't it?
No wonder you're so well preserved. You've eaten all that sugar.
At my age, you want all the preservatives you can get.
First things first, and the bonnet needs to be removed. This old girl's got a fair bit of rust, but should still come good with a decent soda blast.
It's rusted remarkably well. It looks like original paint to me.
It's got pretty bad rust. It's not, it hasn't rusted all the way through or anything, but that'll take a bit of getting off.
Nothing like that.
It's all surface rust.
Yeah, but it's got to be done, so just sit it there for a minute and just have another look. Yeah, okay, so when you go out there, that's the worst part. Let's see what he treats that with and see if he can do this in soda so it's not as harsh.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll leave it up to you to make up your mind about that.
No worries.
Okay, that'll do. We'll throw it in the back of the ute.
Andrew heads to the blasting shop so this panel can get a long-deserved spruce up.
We're doing up an FJ45V, it's an old Land Cruiser, and yeah, look, we're up to the body work and we've got a bit of rust in it here and there, and we're looking at getting the body soda blasted. This is probably the worst case scenario for rust. We thought we'd bring in the bonnet and get your opinion.
Yeah, we can soda blast it. That'll only remove the coating. It won't remove any of the surface rust. That would remain, so it's a bit of a waste of effort because you'd have to manually remove the rust later on. I would not recommend garnet because it would most likely warp the panel. We can use an extremely fine glass for a delicate panel like a bonnet. That'll remove the coating and all the surface rust, bring you back to a white metal ready for paint.
I suppose we better get into it.
No worries.
While Alan and Andrew wait for the soda blasting, they decide it's about time they replace the exhaust and sort out the protection plate for the transfer case.
Listen, George, what we're going to do, because the exhaust is all bracketed terribly here, the exhaust finishes near a door opening, which is illegal. I've had another exhaust made up to put right throughout the back. So let's get into it now. Feel like it?
Yep, let's do it.
Go. Give it a push at the other end, mate. It's all rotten up there. That's easy fixed. Okay, take it away. Down that way.
Before long, the shiny new exhaust is put in place.
That'll do. It'll go onto this old flange straight away. Have a look at that. I used to get it custom made, didn't it? That's terrific. And we've got a base plate to put on here too to protect that transfer case. Oh, it's looking pretty good. I'm quite surprised. The mountings are still good. The floor's good. The chassis is still really good in line. No heavy rust or corrosion.
We discovered when we went to put up the bash plate that it's not quite right for the vehicle. There are two existing holes to pick up on, but two of them have got broken bolts in them, and we need to put a third one back here on each side. And I'm going to drill them out. Hopefully, I'll be able to get them out pretty easily.
So we've got the protection plate, which we're going to cover the transfer case. A couple of bolts are snapped out of there, so we're just going to put it up there. Andrew's drilled a couple of holes there, and that'll be good. Where we go, a bit forward. That's better.
With the new exhaust and protection plate in place, Andrew heads back to see the results of the soda blasting.
Right, well, we couldn't show Brian sandblasting the bonnet because it's just too dusty in there, but he's all finished now, so hopefully it'll be very excited to see how it turned out. Should look good.
There you go.
Ripper.
Nearly good as the new one.
That looks pretty good, Brian.
Yeah, come up pretty good. As you can see, it's got rid of all the rust, so you've virtually got a surface ready to paint straight over. Just give it a quick wash down with some solvent, you're right to go.
So I'm right in saying you shouldn't touch it with your fingers at the moment?
The glass leaves a fine pitted surface, so it's not recommended to touch it with your bare hands. You've got oil and contaminants on your hands, and that'll rust basically where you touch it. So until you got it clean and got some paint over it, recommended to wear some gloves.
All right, I suppose I'd better get this back to the workshop and bring the rest of the FJ down here.
Now she's ready for a body restoration, so make sure you watch the next episode of The Project. For all your four-wheel drive components, contact Terrain Tamer.